Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be talking about incrementing and decrementing. In the previous video we had variables and we were able to change the value of those variables because that's what a variable is, something I can change its value. What we're going to do now is change that value in a predefined way. For example, let's say, let me clear out the screen, let's say that we have a variable called I. Say I equals 0. Okay? I asked the computer, hey, what's I? It says 0. If I said that I is equal to 1, it changes the value to 1. Is there a way that I can write out this whole I equals thing so that it goes up by 1 every time? Can I say I plus 1? And then if I say I plus 1 again, will it be 3? No, it'll still be 2 because I is still 1. Maybe I could say y or I equals plus 1. Still not doing it. It thinks I'm talking about positive 1. So what I want you guys to do is try a couple things. Pause the video and see if you can't figure out how to type in increasing by 1. Hopefully you've paused the video. If not, hi, welcome back. So here's how you increment something, how you make it increase by 1 so that it stays the same every time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say I equals itself plus 1. The way this is evaluated means for the computer to figure out what you're talking about. The way this is evaluated is it figures out what this is first and then stores that value in I. So right now, I is 1. If I say that I equals I plus 1, right now the value of I is 1. So if I equals 1 plus 1, then I will be 2. So now when I say I, it's 2. Now if I type it again, it will say 3. If I type it again, it will say 4, because it's taking that value, increasing it by 1, and then storing that value inside of itself. And I can keep doing this. This is going to be really useful when we're talking about lists and loops and traversals and a bunch of stuff like that. But we can now increase something by 1 whenever we want. We can also increase it by other numbers too. What if I want to increase it by 2? Computer's got no problem doing that. It can count by 2s as well. Can we decrease? Let's try that. What if I decrease by 2? Let's say minus 2. Okay, it's decreasing by 2. It's got no problem with that either. This is called decrementing when we go down. Usually by default, when we think of incrementing, we think of changing by 1, but you can increment and decrement by any amount. You can also do this with multiplication and division. So now I is 70. If I go up again, it'll be 70 times 2, which is 140, times 2, which is 280, times 2, which is 560, and it will keep multiplying by 2. You can also do this with division. So you can increment and decrement, typically with addition and subtraction, but you can also do it with multiplication and division as well. Also, there is a shortcut. You'll notice that this is actually a decent amount of typing, especially if I'm typing it myself. If I'm copy-pasting, it's really not that big a deal, but if you're typing this a lot, it might feel useful to shorten it a little bit. And so, let's go back, and I'm going to hit the play button to reset my console down here. So now if I ask it what I is, it doesn't know what I is. So let's give I a value. Let's say I is 0. So it goes, yay, I is 0. If I say I plus plus, that is shorthand. That's like a shortcut to meaning add 1 to itself. So now it will keep going up by 1. You can also say I minus minus, and it will do the same in the other direction. What's weird about the way it's stored here in the console is the order that it's drawing. It is telling us the current value of I, and then making it go down. Okay. The computer does read left to right, although sometimes it does stuff out of order. There's this thing called the compiler. Don't worry about it right now, but it reads things in different orders. So as it is, if I say I minus minus, it's actually going to give me the current value of I and then subtract from it. The current value of I is 8. So if I hit enter, it's going to say 8. But if I just ask you what I is, it stored 7 in I. Just so you know, the order's a little wonky on this. Once we get out of the console here, we're not going to run into this issue nearly as much. So that is incrementing and decrementing. That is something that we can formally do with variables. In the next video, I want to start about talking about conditional statements, and we're going to get out of this console and start looking at our sketch, our program itself.